Alright guys, quick trade recap here on the Snowflake. We bought the bad boy back on Monday, caught the gap up on Tuesday, and that was good for about a $4,000 profit overnight on my end. So here's the transactions, and I bought 8 of the 217.50 calls at $1.42 on Monday. I bought another 6 at $1.46, so I put about $2,000 of risk into that call. And then with the folks in my room, we bought the 215 call for July 3rd, and I bought one of them at $3.90. So between the two, I put about $2,400 of risk into the trade. And then on the gift of the gap on Tuesday, sold the 217.50s at $3.85. Made about $2,000 on those, and then we sold the 215s for $8.35, and made about $445 per contract. Good for about 3,800 buckaroos. So here's our setup. You had a nice, really clean multi-squeeze. What's better than one squeeze, 2, 3, or 4 of them? Daily squeeze, white arrow at the 21 EMA buy zone. 1 hour squeeze, white arrow at the buy zone. 30-minute squeeze, white arrow at the 30-minute buy zone. All right, the more the merrier, guys. 30-minute back here, and then for good measure, a 15-minute squeeze. White arrow at the 15-minute buy zone. What's a white arrow? White arrow means you have a squeeze and a big 3 score of 15. We get 15 points when we have all of the trend, structure, and the momentum criteria. Pretty much my entire checklist for taking a squeeze. I want to find a squeeze. I want all the structure working in my favor, 21 above the 50, all the stacked EMAs. The trend is your friend, and momentum is your gas in the tank. So if you can find that on one time frame, take Shopify for example. Daily squeeze setting up, white arrow. All by itself, it can make for a great push. They're building up all the energy, they release it, they break it out. It can make for a nice move into 120 and change. If you had that same moment in time on 2, 3, 4, 5 time frames, they can give you a similar push, just a little bit quicker. And that is pretty much all we do here in the room, all I do in my own account. And let me show you guys our last 93 trades here that we've taken together in the room. And the great thing is you got a few shorts here, a couple of longs, some day trading, some swing trading, some options, some futures. We are taking the weekly squeezes, 15-minute, 5-minute daily squeezes. Every one of these 93 trades, they all had one thing in common. They all had the white arrow. And I got to this point with the fancy Big 3 squeeze system and the pretty colors, the white arrows, the watch list columns. I got to that point with the original foundation of the TTM squeeze, right? The OG squeeze, the original gangster, and the stacked EMAs label. I started with that going back about like 8 or 9 years ago. Took that ball, ran with it, and turned it into an entire career. So that being said, I just filmed an entire free course on the OG foundation, TTM squeeze, stacked EMAs. So I'll put a link in the description for that mini course. And yeah, I think y'all should check it out. Hook you up with a couple of scans, hook you up with the TTM squeeze labels for Thinkorswim. Can pop those on your charts, and then if you get through the free training, there is a special discounted offer on my Big 3 squeeze system. But putting aside the Big 3, you can take that, if you live it and breathe it, you can take that original foundation. Right? The TTM squeeze is free. Available on most platforms. Take that, take the stacked EMAs label I'll give you. Work through the free course, add your scans. You can take it further, but I think a great foundation to start with. It'll give you a focus, it'll give you an identity, something to wake up and make your own every day. And I think that is really, really big in trading. You can try to be a jack of all trades, or you can try to become a specialist. Specialists get paid. But all right, y'all, quick trade recap there on the Snowflake. And as I said, the white arrow special on the daily squeeze, the 1 hour, the 30, and the 15. Good for a quick, just shy of $4,000 overnight. Been a good week here so far. But all right, y'all, thank you for watching. Again, link in description for the free TTM Squeeze Stacked EMAs course. Check it out. Hope y'all like it, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Adios.